I went to agricultural college right out of high school.
Got to work with my grandfather. That was pretty nice.
He was a pretty progressive grower. I think he's one of the first two people to kind of start planting high density in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, it would have been varieties like Golden Delicious and John Gold
Max.
And they were at like a 16 by 6.
Yeah, 16 by 8 maybe, something like that.
Something around there. And then, within the next 5 or 10 years, they would move to 14 by 4. And that was kind of the mainstream for quite a while, probably 15 years before anybody started really pushing things closer together.
Yeah, and I'd say probably around like 2014, 15, then people started to go more to the 12s, the 10s, the 11s, stuff like that. We've kind of stuck kind of with 12.
Yeah, 12 by 2.
12 by 2, 12 by 2.5, depending on the rootstock.
Good.
We still feel like and one of the things we have noticed is basically depending on the variety, some varieties are better suited for almost like a 14-4. We find like a tree structure a little bit different than that 12 by 2.5. But for Honeycrisp and the majority of the stuff we're growing now, it's a pretty decent fit for 12 by 2.5. When we kind of first started taking some ownership in the farm and working into it, we got a hedger, we got a harvest assist machine, a Munchkoff Plucko-Track. So we started kind of with that mechanical type pruning, in conjunction with the hand pruning that we were doing and trying to, get our canopy a little bit more in check.
Almost before we really had the orchard that was suitable for that type of technology or equipment.
Yeah, we were running it down, 14 by 4s and stuff that was probably, and wasn't grown to do that. So the limbs on the bottom were a little bit heavier and we kind of beat it down there, I guess, to a certain extent, and kind of made the orchard kind of fit those newer types of technologies. A lot of what the industry is kind of moving towards, we don't really love all the aspects about it. Well, we have a lot of this newer gear is great, and when it works, it's fine. But when something breaks down, it's stuff we can't fix. Like,
you can't just go to the store and in 2 hours you're running again.
Or get the welder out and the torches and get it back going. Like you're waiting for a diagnostics guy with a laptop and $100 worth of sensors and all this stuff.
Pulling wiring harnesses apart. There's no easy fix. There's no.
I like a lot of it because when it works, it seems to be good. But in our experience, it doesn't seem to be a whole lot better than or reliable than some of the older stuff. And at least we know how to fix that, and we know how to get going.
There's a lot less downtime.
The first thing that we really wanted on our farm was a platform. We wanted to cut down on some ladder work and get the workforce a little bit more efficient, cover more acres in a day. And
we had a group of 4 or 5 people in the harvest crew that just wasn't comfortable on ladders, so it would make them way more efficient than what they were doing before. We'd have to.
So we kind of jumped into it whole hog, and instead of just getting a platform to, we got the harvest assist so we could get some benefit in harvest too, which is definitely a lot more. There's a lot more to it than just a regular platform, but we just felt like if we were going to do it, we might as well do it. And in doing that, we also bought a hedger because like we were saying before, some of our orchard wasn't quite ideal for that type of a platform, so we had to kind of fit it into those orchards, and the hedger was part of that process. So we got those 2 pieces of equipment at the same time.
Say at the beginning, one problem would be training the people to use the equipment, because a lot of them just had no idea. They were just taking pictures of the stuff. It was a struggle at first to get everybody on the same page, and you have to work as a kind of like a team instead of just one guy out there with a picking basket on, and everyone kind of has to know what the other guy's doing. You have to be able to communicate quickly. And
just splitting the tree up with the harvest assist, like, the bottom guy's doing this section. the top guy's doing this section, you don't have to reach through because you're going to get that on the next pass. And to make this machine efficient, you don't want to, reach through and grab everything. And in the next pass, you're walking up the row with your hands in your pockets, right? So it was a lot to kind of get everybody on the pace, but we've really enjoyed that machine and that adoption of technology.